One take. It's NBA One Take with me, Pretty Boy Laker. You can follow me at Pretty Boy Laker at Instagram, Pretty Boy Laker at Twitter, Pretty Boy Laker at Snapchat to get all your NBA content. My views, one take, baby. You know, it's no editing. I'm walking with the phone. No producers. I don't got money for all that. But to get on a note, September 5th. First thing I gotta talk about is the cap flexibility with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, they last video talking about how Loul, deng, you know, he's out, and he's out as a Laker. They stress provision him, giving him around 38, 39%, you know, 38, 39, probably the 40 million estimate projected. And the Lakers have enough money to get a max free agent. Probably could get somebody at 30. And probably get somebody else or save something, probably extend Brandon Ingram a little bit. Give him something. Go a little over. If they decide to keep him, we don't really know. But the Lakers is in a good spot right now. I hate when people talk about Kevin Durant going to the Lakers. I don't see that happening. But I see Durant going to some other team. Possibly the Knicks. I don't think Washington is an option for him. The Lakers would have been an option, but LeBron is there. So now that's not something where he would want to go to. They said, well, why he went to the Warriors? Warriors was just a perfect fit, perfect maturation. But this one will be defining one's legacy move. And they're doing that with Kevin Durant. So, you know, Klay Thompson is also out there. You know, people talk about Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie's he's gonna want to get back with LeBron or anything like that. That was just a little too much. Even if they did have a talk or whatever like that, I don't think that's happening. Klay is interesting because Klay Thompson is the type of guy, he wants to, you know, he's like to compete, he wants to play. I don't see ego with Klay, but I know what Klay wants his worth. Klay Thompson wants to get what he's worth, and what he's worth is a max deal. I think people are saying, oh, he's not worth max. Yes, he is. He is worth a max. He can be a 1A or 1B type player if you got the right things around you. So this Klay Thompson, you know, LA move is real. And it's potentially something that can happen. You know, Jimmy Butler talking about going there, but I think the Lakers gotta see that you don't really want to get somebody in your 30s if you're doing all this. You got LeBron, but you want a young A-type player. You want someone to come in and become, you know, literally the man or you're grooming one of your other players to become a man and just have a collection of guys and you want to compete. But you want to have a 1A guy, even when LeBron leaves. So, we'll see. See what the Lakers do. Speaking on that, Jimmy Butler and still Loul deng, the Timberbulls. That's what they're calling them. Tibbs is and company is looking to sign Loul deng and bring him in to the fold. And I'll be what I think the third or fourth guy that was on his Bulls team, and they just say he's just missing Joakim Noah. Joakim still with the Knicks. The Knicks is looking possibly for something like a buyout as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Joakim Noah's on the Knicks. I would not be surprised. Because every time I see him with former Bulls players that he coached, I tweeted, I said, Tibbs, sign these guys to finish them off. As a guy overworks his starters like anything. The thing about it is, you can't have hard practices, then you're going to give these guys the bulk of these minutes. That's just too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. But we'll see with that. Not go into details. Trust me, I'm gonna have a season preview show of every single NBA team coming up. Probably another couple weeks to let you know what your team is doing. Just my take, my insight on things, and to see if you got something to look forward towards or what. Okay. Something that I gotta talk about that's it's off NBA topic, but it has to be talked about. It has to be said. This whole Colin Kaepernick and Nike ad on the 30th anniversary of them saying, just do it. Now Colin Kaepernick's original message when kneeling and protesting was just put to the backside. It was just more about certain things. That was the NFL's take on it. But Colin Kaepernick brought up certain things in interviews about what's happening, and like I said, it was thrown to the wayside. Because that's what they do. That's what they do, the media and everything like that. It's not important for them to cover and talk about it, or they won't even do anything. They won't even use that as a sound piece to another media outlet because it's not relevant. It's not. But him kneeling is the thing. Donald Trump get into it because he wants to do it and wants to go at the NFL. And the NFL is going back at him or staying pat. But the players are going at Trump. And a lot of them are still kneeling. You got white guys kneeling. Talking about they still support Cap. The message that he's... No, you don't support the message. It's never about that. You guys are jumping on Colin Kaepernick's gravy train, per se, to go up against the president because you guys don't like the president. So you're Team Cap because you're about anti-Trump. And his message, media-wise, was lost. But you got people talking about it, try to say, listen, his message is lost, whatever. He doesn't come out and talk and things like that. Colin Kaepernick says his statements, he says certain things, and he's not an elaborate speaker. Never was. But he does what he has to do. And Nike backing him, okay, is a good thing. There's pros and cons about it, and people say Nike wants to be a part of it because they're going up against Trump themselves, and they didn't learn the NFL, and there's so many things. I understand that. I understand. They didn't tell NFL, who's a partner of theirs, that they was doing this. Well, they didn't have to tell you guys because you would have warded off something to try to sabotage them for even bringing it out, or do something else, not have them there. Use someone else's face. And you got people posting Pat Tillman and all this other crap, and Nike stock is down and all this other stupid stuff. Like, please, the stocks goes down, is going to come back up another 3%. It'll come back. We can't worry about that things. People burning the sneakers and cutting off the I mean, I find it laughable, and it's funny to me because these guys they don't understand what the man's really trying to say, or they just don't care. And they just care about, listen, I live where I live. I know this thing is messed up. Well, I don't know what to do. Why should I? I'm not going all out for that because it doesn't really affect me. It affects you. Does that make me a racist? To black folks, they kind of say, yeah. Do I think it's racist? No. I think they just don't care because it doesn't affect them. When it affects you, then you say something. But when it affects others, you really have no choice. And that's even with black folks. You think black folks care about all this Trump and immigration stuff? Are they coming to support certain other causes in unison, or coming on television? No, they're not. They're supporting their own people. Tribalism. That's what it is, right? Tribalism. The thing about it is, you can't just be, well, the people come out and think. Colin Kaepernick didn't ask for no help. He didn't ask for whites and other guys to come out and do it. He just said, listen, it's a peaceful protest. Just kneeling. You know? Bring more awareness of what I feel is unjust. The police brutality. Blacks in disenfranchised communities, not having the money and the resources to build a community. The jobs they look to get is right at the poverty line. Housing is not the way it needs to be. Hard-working families can't get the same loans from banks that another place would get, another white family to get. You know, a lot of black-owned businesses is, you know, not getting black support because the black folks think is, why are we doing all this and all this other stuff? And then you want to go to big corporations and black-owned banks. It's hard for them to get that because they don't have the capital, because a lot of black millionaires not supporting them, not supporting black businesses to help, you know, middle families and things in that nature. There's so many things. I don't want this post to be too much about it, but listen, it has to be talked about. I have to say these things because am I one of the people that's out here, you know, do certain things? Yeah, I mean, of course, I buy things, I do certain things, I do everything. I'm not gonna say, look, do I support black businesses like I should? No. You know, I'm not saying, I'm just saying they Mr. Kaepernick's message, you know, and speaking to people that's close to him and his girlfriend, and that's what he's about. He's just genuine and he's content. The man sacrificed his profession, something he's been doing since he was young, because he's pissed, and just like he knew that every single thing he worked for, working, training, working out, and everything like that, didn't mean anything if the thing he stands for, he didn't bring to the forefront. He didn't acknowledge that. Because if Colin Kaepernick, he didn't kneel, he'll still be playing in the NFL. He'll still be starting for a team. He'd have probably still got another contract. He'd have probably been working out and this, and he would have been in a different system, and he would have doing certain things. He's still been another mobile quarterback, one of the best mobile quarterbacks out there. But he said he just can't be just a football player and not express what he means, because he has the platform and the responsibility to do it, because these things is upsetting him. And he just can't go with a fake smile and not say anything when they just keep asking these, what's wrong with you, Colin? What's the problem? Well, I'm gonna let you know. But guess what? When I let you know, you don't post this stuff. Oh, but I said, listen, I'll still talk about it, but let me also just do another thing. I'm a kneel. I'm not turning my back, my head. I'm mad. I'm not putting my head down. Just kneeling. They got a problem with these things. They got a problem with other football players doing it. That's also relaying a message. But then there's others that's doing it anti-Trump, and that's the thing that needs to get out there. These guys need to think, you guys locking arms on all these things. We say, no, you're not. You know, you guys being bribed by the owners to put money to the side to help disenfranchised communities when you wasn't going to do it, because you're receiving all this backlash and talking about our bottom line is being compromised because we're doing, this is the reason why people is not watching our product. They just don't care. But we have to feed into that, because these are people that pays. A lot of them is not around a lot of black folks as well. These are a lot of guys in the southern states, because understand, they don't have to watch you guys. They can watch their college football. Because when you do demographic ratings and things like that, it's mostly the southern and Midwest states who, for the most part, don't need NFL football as much because they have their high school and they have their college football that they love as religion. NFL, yeah, we'll watch it, but we got Friday nights and we got Saturday, then we got Saturday afternoon. Sundays is always time with the family. We go to church and certain things like that. NFL, we get it on, hey, we tune in, you know, maybe we tune in Sunday night, depends. If it's family time or whatever. It's not a big thing. And I tell people that. I had to talk about this Colin Kaepernick thing because he's one of my favorite players. Last me being a 49ers fan, you know, I'm just in support of anything he do. I don't care about the Castro t-shirt and all these other things, the pig socks. These people are just nitpicking on certain things. You know, guys are nitpicking on certain things, and you know, I hate that because that's what you guys want to do. You want to discredit the man. It's like you guys discredit Obama as president. Same people. Same people. Same people. But this is one take. I went far over than what I did. I didn't go off or go on, but I just had to acknowledge this thing with Colin Kaepernick. And just tell me what you like. If anything, share, like, everything. This is Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.